Hi everybody, this is Steph with Steph's Sassy Scrappers, and I'm gonna today do a project recipe. And this is an older project recipe that I'm doing, but it's one of the projects that we're going to be doing with our project recipe class that we have the end of August here with my group of Sassy Scrappers. So some aren't able to come all the time, so I always tell them that I will do videos to show them how the layout works. And if they can't be here, then they can go through this video and work along with it or watch it and then do their pages afterwards. So if any of the rest of you want to work along with us, that's great too. So I'm going to start off today with 3 pieces of designer paper. And these actually are designer papers from the Bedazzled, I can't say it, Bedazzled Stars collection. And that's what they look like. These are the ones I've chosen. And then I have chosen 2 pieces of navy cardstock to be my base. So we're just going to start cutting them out and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this piece. And it wants me to punch, this is how it looks. So I've got some borders up here at the top, I've got some plain papers up here, some papers down here, and then I've got a section of papers underneath the pictures here. So I'm going to start off with this piece of paper, and I'm going to cut, and I'm going to use a border. Now I'm using a border, since these are stars in my pictures, I'm going to use the Stars Border Maker cartridge, and it wants me to cut out or to punch 2 borders first of all. So, we lift up the tray from the bottom and slide it in, and it's really not, these are stars all over, so there's not really a direction to it at all. And then flip it back. Just line it up with the little go. And looky here, punch poop, great punch poop on this one. So I'm going to keep those. And then I'm just going to trim this just a tiny little bit. You can see there that maybe there might be an 1/8 of an inch between that and the edge of the paper. So I am going to make about an 1/8 of an inch from there to the end. So it's pretty close. Now I'm going to do that same thing again. That means I get even more punch poop. I'm hoping you can see me a little bit better today. I've been trying to mess around with this. There we go. More punch poop. And then I'll cut this again. And once again, I'm just going to line up the edge of those stars just with that 1/8 mark and cut. So there's our 2 borders out of this paper. And then it says that I want 9 7/8 by 6. So we'll see what we have left here, because that kind of makes a difference. Ooh, pretty close. Not quite that much, but okay. And then, so that's what I've got for this direction. And whatever you have, it doesn't really matter. And then we're going to cut it at 6 inches. So we'll have 2 pieces that are about 9 7/8 or 9 3/4 by 6. Okay? So just whatever you have left, and then cut it at 6. So that's this piece of paper that we're done with. Then we're going to grab another one. And we're going to decide which one we want for that. Let's see. Let's cut this one. And once again, we have lots of stars, but they're all just kind of random. You can turn them any which way. So we're going to again punch 2 more borders. Out of this paper. More stars. And again, cut it at 1/8. And this one, instead of using this side, I might use this side. We'll see. See what it comes out like. So I gotta punch 1 more. So Steph's Sassy Scrappers are really busy, especially this month, it seems like. We've got all kinds of things going on. Of course, I have every Wednesday. I have Wacky Wednesday, in which gals come to my house here. And there's our second one. And we scrapbook all day. So we have fun. It's a good girls' time. Okay, then we are going to cut a strip that's 1.5 by 12. And I like to keep my bigger amount of paper on the left side because it has more, instead of hanging it down like this, it has more stability this way. So I'll just line it up with the 1.5 on this side, and I'll cut 1. And then I have another one that's 1.5 by 12. So I'm gonna do the same exact thing. So there's 2. Now I am going to turn it sideways. And I should have, maybe I'll measure here first. I should have 7 inches, which is pretty close. Just a little bit shy. But I'm going to make it by 4.5 this way. And then I'm going to make another one at 4.5. And these are a couple of mats for me. And then, I'm not sure I'm going to do this next step, but anyway, you're supposed to cut this in 1/2-inch strips for journaling that I put over here, but it's gonna be kind of hard to journal on this, and this is pretty dark to journal on unless I mat it with white first, so I'm just gonna wait and see. I might take just some lined paper and cut, or just white, and cut some 1/2-inch strips down here. We'll have to see. So I'm just gonna hold off on that. I'll put it up there. Okay, and then the other piece of paper that we have left, once again, we are going to punch a couple borders to begin with. And there again, I'm not sure if I'll use this side or this side. We'll have to see when we lay it out here. So again, we put it in the border maker system, put the flap down, and here we go, more stars. Okay, there they are. I have to make a card or something that I can put a little box and make a shaker card. Okay, I'm gonna line it up there again about, so I have about an 1/8 inch cut. Here we go, is that way or that way? We'll have to see what we wanna do. One more. So Steph's Sassy Scrappers also, we have retreats and we have monthly crops. And I live in Maxwell, Iowa. Just a little podunk town, about 800, and I live out in the country, so I'm really out in the boonies. And so we have our Wednesday classes, and some of our just day classes here, and I can hold 8 very comfortably, and then 10 if we don't have a lot of stuff. Okay, let's go ahead here, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have 1.5 by 12 on this one. So 1.5, and again I'm going to cut it on this side, and another 1.5. And then we're going to cut at 4 inches, so I have to move over to this side now. This piece is extra. And then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to cut at 6 inches. And these again are for mats. There we go. Okay, our cutting is done. So, I'd suggest getting your repo tape out. Yay! And we've got our bases, and we're going to start putting it together. Now, I'm going to start with these 2 bigger pieces that I originally started with, because they're going to go like in the middle here. And I'm just going to lay everything out first. I'm not going to attach anything yet to see how we like it. Okay? Then I've got 2 strips down here at the bottom, and I think I want those to be these with the sparkly. Okay, so I'll put those down here. I hope you can see. And then I've got a border that goes on top of this. So maybe we can use the red border here. Should we see what that looks like? Right on top of there. And then I've got these. I can either do this or I can do this. We'll see what it looks like when I get the other borders up here, because I'm going to put 2 other pieces of paper up here. Okay, and then we've got a border. You want to use that? Or maybe this one. So I have to decide how I want to do this. As the stars work, in their project recipe, they used a chain border. And obviously mine's not a chain border. Mine is a punch out border. So I'm not exactly sure how I want to do this yet. Any suggestions? I think that's a little busy maybe. What's on the other side of this one? We may not use all these borders. We may just use like this. How's that look to you? Lots of stars, lots of stars. Okay, so we kind of got like that. This comes down. It may overlap just a freckle on these down here to give us a little bit more room, just so you don't see the white. Okay, how do you like that? Then we will put these, we'll center those in there once we get them. And then these go straight across from each other, like that. And then we still have these other two pieces to use. So maybe one like here and one up here. And then we'll put some strips down here for the journaling like that we had. Now, I'm just gonna mess around with this for a little bit, because that's usually what I do. I put stuff down and then I mess around with it to see if we would like the borders on the top and bottom, and then the solid paper. So which one do you like better? I don't know. I think I kind of like the stars on the top and the bottom, and then the solid piece. But you can do it either way, however you want. And like I said, then just cut some 1/2-inch strips to put over here of varied lengths, and you can just put those down, and then you can journal on that. And of course, you've got all of these stars that you can scatter around, you know, make a little cluster of stars here or whatever. And we also have this double star punch, which you can take and punch some stars to make, you know, your little clusters or whatever. And that's pretty much how to do our project recipe, or one of them that we are going to do in our August project recipe club. And this, like I said, is an old project recipe. It's actually taken from the collection of the Art Nouveau, but this is just to show you that all of these project recipes that we do, you can use with any paper and maybe tweak it a little bit, but it works out. So let me know which one you like better. And until next time, have a great day and don't be too sassy. Bye-bye.